In this video, we're going to talk about how to create the best prospect profile on your LinkedIn package, whether it's free or whether you've got a premium version or whether you've got Sales Navigator. So we're going to go through all of those. But the first thing is that you need to understand is the first 1,000 people in your connections, not the people that follow you, your connections are actually the most important people. They're the ones that people will push content out to first, whether that's an article and whether that's a post, but definitely articles. And when you get to doing newsletters, which we'll cover in a later video, or being a voice on LinkedIn, which again, we'll cover in another video, then it's really important to get that first 1,000 right. So I've got followers, which you need creator mode for. Again, I'll cover that in another video for you. But we're just talking about connections at the minute. Now, obviously, like me, you've been collecting people along the way. Now, they might not be the right people. My kind of ethos with this is you either want to influence them or sell to them, or you want them to influence you. So you might be wanting to follow or connect with a few people that you admire, respect, support, whether it's a business friend. But I would definitely keep it that first 1,000 to people that you want to put your messages to that could potentially become clients. And this is where a lot of people go wrong. So let's just jump into my LinkedIn. Now, I would hide the names normally, but this isn't going to be public. This is only going to be in our community. So I'm not going to hide the names because it's important that you see why I'm choosing to cull or keep. Now, I've got a couple of different target markets. One is for marketing juniors, coordinators, assistants, and some marketing managers to help them achieve their goal of becoming marketing director level. Now, I've got courses for that. I've got one-to-one sessions that I sell individually for that as well. I also want managing directors of companies that are of a certain size that they're likely to have like one marketing person or one marketing assistant or no marketing people. So they're kind of my two areas. There's a sector area that I've got as well, very strong in software. So I've got quite a few software owners in my connection list, but I'm just literally doing a cull at the minute. Sounds awful, but you know, you've got to be clinical with this. So we'll just go through some of these areas. So commercial manager for Netta UK helps. Commercial manager is not for me. It's not my target market. It's either got to be senior decision maker in terms of marketing director, managing director, or on the other side, marketing managers, assistants, juniors, coordinators, etc., apprentices. So unfortunately, we're going to go into Lindsay's profile. I'm going to go more, remove connection, and stop following. So that frees up space for me to then get somebody more relevant into my space. Co-founder and company, it's best to do, I've tried to do this on the phone. It's very difficult because you can't see all of this content here. So it's quite difficult to do. But if you did it on a desktop or a laptop, you'd be able to see, and you wouldn't have to go into everyone. You could see generally from the synopsis. I'm going to keep Anuka in because she works for my company in Tbilisi. We'll scroll down, HR manager. Instantly, it's a no for me. I don't want HR managers. And somewhere along the line, I've collected Stephanie as a connection. So we'll go more, remove connection, and stop following. And this just helps your wall on LinkedIn become a little less cluttered. It's an afternoon job, certainly if you've got over 1,000 to go through this. Let's have a look. Not interested here. Executive support. So now I'm really looking at cultivating the first 1,000 that are people that I want to see all of my content. So that's really important. Now, when it comes to finding people to replace them, you see I've gone down probably from 1,400 today to 987. So I'm going to fill up more of the relevant people that I want. So I'm going to show you now how to search for prospects. And we're going to do it on free, and then we're going to do it on Sales Navigator. Sales Navigator does have its advantages, but it's around £800 a year currently. So we type in, I've just done it here, marketing assistant we'll put, if I'm looking for marketing assistants. And it allows me to select people. Across the top, we can go locations. So if I just wanted United Kingdom, I could do that. I don't. My offering is worldwide. And we can put all filters here. Now, this is where it differs between LinkedIn Free and Premium to LinkedIn Sales Navigator. And I'll show you some Sales Navigator straight afterwards. So there are a few filters here, but only a few. There's locations, there's current company, there's past company. Those are pretty useless for me. School, again, pretty useless for me. Industry, you can add an industry here. So if we put marketing, it can pull up marketing services, for example. But there aren't a lot. There's no job title. It shows profile language, service categories, and then a few keywords and key names. So you can see in this search that we've got 5 million results worldwide. We might want to trim that down and say United Kingdom. And then we can see whether we want to connect with any of these people. So again, on connection, your connection requests shouldn't be a big sales pitch, nor should you have an autoresponder in place pitching to them the minute that they connect. It's a big no-no. But what we can say is, hi, in this Scarlett's case, hi Scarlett, my name's Dean, and I produce thought leadership and advice on marketing elements in the modern marketing mix. As you're in marketing, I wonder if we could connect. So it's a very loose one. And then Scarlett connects, gets to see my posts and my articles and my videos. And then eventually I'll take her down another line of a 4-step process to try and engage Scarlett into going through my call to action. I'll cover that again in another video. Now, where Sales Navigator is different is that you've got a lot of filters here. So we've got something called lead filters, and it pulls up much more ways that you can engage with people. Some of my favorites are function, current job title. So we could go there. If we start typing in marketing, it comes up with a list of what it thinks. So we can choose marketing assistant. Do it again. Whoops. Yeah, marketing intern. Marketing, we'll just choose 3 on this. Marketing executive. Okay. There's lots and lots of different filters here. The geography will go for United Kingdom. Just include those and it'll exclude everything else. Or if you notice there, you could go by postcode. Industry. Now you can add industries, but you can also exclude industries. So in this case, I want to exclude industries that are marketing services because I don't want my competitors' people seeing my stuff, if that makes sense. So you can exclude as well as include. Okay, so we've got 33,000 results in this top corner here, which is still quite a lot to handle. So let's trim it down a little bit more. Now you can go by connections, connections of a person that you might know, or something that I find really, really interesting and useful is posted on LinkedIn. So it's all right connecting with 1,000 people on LinkedIn that seem to be your ideal prospects, but if they're never on LinkedIn and never posted on LinkedIn, then they're not that active. So you can actually drill down here by selecting this, whether they've posted on LinkedIn. Now you can see here 1 recent post on LinkedIn, 2 recent posts on LinkedIn, 2 recent posts on LinkedIn. So you can actually see exactly how much they're posting and if they're posting recently. Now these show you 25 at a time. And if I want to select all of those and maybe not select that person, no reason, I'll probably do want to hook up with Isabella on here, but you can select them all. There's 24 there. And you can save them to a list. So you can name the list, create a new list, and you can call them marketing junior roles. And save. And then that list is available for you to do what you want with and connect from there. Now that list is actually dynamic. So when you open that list up again, you'll see in this top corner that there may be 50 new results. Let's say we've connected with 3,500, okay? Or not connected with, put them in a list, sorry. Now you can see on this page, when you go back into the list, any changes. So some have recently changed jobs, others might have come into that role, others might have gone out of that role. And so the list is dynamic every time you load it up. Even if you load it up in an hour's time, there might be changes. So there are two ways to find your prospect market. And, you know, from there, really, you need to be categorizing. We'll go back to here. You need to be categorizing these. I'm going to go into my connections, actually. Connections first, show results. Okay. This is just, this filters in here. So, and you want to be categorizing these into whether they're, in my case, software managing directors or decision makers, marketing assistants, or any other category you want. So that when you start an in-mail process, a campaign, you can in-mail that group with a specific set of messages. So I hope that's helped. That's the first one in this series. We're going to go through some really advanced stuff in LinkedIn. It's changing all the time, and they're having a big push now on making tools more relevant and making content really front of house for everything on LinkedIn.